Alright, greetings all, and welcome back to another episode for Crusader Vikings 2. And last time, I just finished conquering a little bit. Conquered by neighbors is what I did. I guess before we get started, I'll basically do a couple of things. So, note that for the most part, France is basically split into Aquitaine, West Francia, East Francia, Flanders, Middle Francia. Basically, when Liege dies, and he has lots of kids, and he's under a specific type of government type called Galvakind. Basically, under that system, he'll basically give all his titles to his different kids. But because he has multiple kids, each of them gets their own titles. So they basically split up the land and it all got divided up over here. So yeah, this is basically now just all divided. And of course, over here in the Norse lands, basically I'm part of Sweden or Sweden, and lots of stuff is happening. Byzantine Empire is holding on; they're doing okay. The Magyar are getting okay. They're getting fairly big over here. The Muslims, Abbasids, right here. And then India. Now, before I start getting into this, I have to think a little bit about what my sort of plan is going to be. So far, I've liked my sort of progressions thus far. It's not great that the start I sort of had where I got conquered right away and I got to sit in my hands for a little bit, but for the most part, I'm starting to get a little bit bigger now, which is okay. So right now I've got my Chancellor here in this guy's land. I think I'm going to leave him there for now. Maybe if I'm lucky, I'll be able to grab this piece of land. I'm not sure, but essentially right now I'm really old. I'm 54. There's a good chance that I may die at any time at this point. So I'm sort of just waiting for that sort of to happen when I die, and then we'll move on from there. Can't declare war on anyone just at the moment, but that's fine. Now let's just sort of get going. What's going to happen here? Alright, so note that this is basically something you have to worry about as the Norse, or any other type of pagans. As a Germanic pagan, you will lose 2 prestige every month for being at peace and doing no raiding. So, basically, the pagans are expected to keep raiding and going to war and stuff. Right now, I really can't do that because I don't really have anyone to go war with, and I don't have any boats to go raiding with either. So, I do. Cool. But I don't really have enough boats yet. I mean, I really just want to build up my lands a little bit, get a little bit stronger. I'm building up troops now, but I want to keep building up those troops. So yeah, this will probably be another episode just sitting in my hands, just waiting for time to go by. Because I have to wait for my ships to get built up so I can start raiding, being a Viking. Oh, what happened? Someone declared a Lord Tribal Organization revolt on the king. And there's also the Independence faction, but I don't think I'll trigger. See, he's just gonna go start beating up people. Oh, there's lots of guys here too. No lack of armies to basically fight for the king there. These guys are actually doing pretty good. They got some nice. Oh, alright. So note that, by the way, I guess I'm fighting right now. So your experience in matters of war has increased, and there are many things that you do differently in future battles. What will you focus on? So these are basically traits I can pick up for being in battle. Unyielding, unpredictable leader, or organizer. I think we'll get study organization. So right now I'm actually in battle. If I hover over myself, where am I? I'm leading troops in Ostergotland. So right now I'm in this battle over here. Apparently, I'm leading one of those armies. So this is something to note. Basically, I'm actually a vassal of this king right here, and he actually called me into war. So I'm actually my armies aren't actually being used to basically fight, but I'm being used to fight. So basically, he's calling me into fights, and I'm one of his generals. I'm leading his troops. I wonder where the king is. So you are currently leading troops in Vestergotland. So my king's over here in this army over here. He's going to basically arrive to help me out over here. So I'm basically in this army over here, and he's over there. Where am I now? I'm now at court in Skane. Blah blah. Sell my horse. So right now I'm at court in Skane because I'm the chancellor for the liege here. So I'm now doing my duties over here now. Now I'm leading troops in Sunderland because, you know, he likes to send me all around all over the place. There's like no travel time or anything in this game, so I'm being sent here, there, and everywhere. Now, it's also kind of bad that I'm being used to fight these battles. It's very, very possible that I could get captured by the enemy, and then that'd be very, very bad because then I have to pay out money to be released. That could happen, by the way. Oh, look at that! DFuxa Anderson is now of legal age. He became a mastermind theologian. Alright, that's interesting. So, he became the same as me, because, you know, that's what I taught him to be. But, look at this. He's basically got only 8 learning for his you know, his troubles. So, he's a good diplomat, he's a fairly good martial guy, but more or less all of his power comes from the fact that he's a mastermind theologian. Har har. So basically he's got decent stats all around. It probably went better if it got trained by a military guy. Who are you getting trained by? Who's your guardian? So you're being tutored by Valdemar Akersus. I think that's my... yeah, this guy right here. So he's doing the training for my other son. That's fine. So it's likely that he may become a brilliant strategist this son. And then he'll have like those traits. And overall, he's got fairly good traits too. I'm pretty happy about that. Now, it's worth knowing, by the way, that you have to be very careful once you start getting unmarried heirs. So now that I'm basically, you know, 16, that's when you basically become an adult in this game. I basically may cause problems as a result for being unmarried. Now, it's not going to cause any major problems if I leave myself unmarried for now because I actually have a plan that actually involves me being left unmarried. And basically, once I die off right here, meet Anders the Hunter, and become DFuxa, the son, you know, stuff will, you know, trigger, and I'll start thinking a little bit of strategy outside of that. So, I suppose it's worth knowing that I don't have to worry about the prestige problems anymore because I'm no longer, you know, at peace. I'm at war. Specifically, I'm at war. Poachers have been seen in Skane, so I've probably sent my spymaster Pyra and my Marshal Valmer to investigate the matter. So I can tell them more important things to do. I'll get more prestige but lose intrigue, or I can send my guys. Let's send them out, just so you can see what they're, you know, gonna do. Valmer caught 2 young poachers in the forest with a couple of dead rabbits in their belts and a live one in a snare. So I can deal with them myself and get some prestige, or I can, because I'm arbitrary, I can lose 10 prestige and let it released. So I can be merciful. He'll actually like me because I'm going to be merciful, but I'll lose prestige as a result. But I'm going to deal with them myself. Get the prestige. And do the same thing here. So I can make these guys like me if I want to, but we're just going to deal with them ourselves. That's one of the situations where arbitrary can be very good for you because it lets you be merciful. And looks like this battle's over, so that's done. And we're at peace yet again. Peace. Looks like this guy's gonna go raiding. I still need to get more boats before I start raiding myself, I think. I want to get about 20 boats before I start. I had to break up a fight between my daughter, Yrsa, and another child today. Yrsa's heart is filled with envy. Alright, so she can be envious. That gives her plus intrigue but negative diplomacy. Or I could try and teach about kindness, which gives her positive diplomacy but hurts her intrigue. So let's see here. Let's talk to her about kindness, I guess. Alright, so now she's kind. I got a kind child now. So it's worth knowing that when you're basically tuning up your kids, you actually have like the options to sort of try and change their outlook in the future, so you can sort of like, you know, guide them in like, you know, the way they basically progress in the game, like what traits they'll basically come out with. And a son was born of Björg, Anders' daughter, and Gullif the seducer, named Berturl. What happened here? Alright, let's just set this. Get her married up. Who are you born to? Apparently my rival seduced my daughter. Okay. Interesting. So yes, a little bit of, you know, patrimony outside wedlock there. Something a king hates all around. Their daughter's running off and, you know, doing their daughterly things. Alright, it's worth knowing, by the way, that I have the option of basically trying to choose my successor for my king over here. So, this guy, he's basically got 2 kids here who can basically be, you know, crowned king after he dies. So, right now we're under a system called Elective Gallican for Svevijod. And what this means is I can actually try and elect who I want to be, like, you know, the guy here would be, like, you know, the next Jarl of, you know, Sweden, or Svevijod. We're going to nominate, and by the way, you can nominate anyone of his line, so, like, you can nominate his grandsons if you want to, I think. We're just going to nominate the guy everyone else is nominating for now. Not sure he's going to like that or not, but whatever. And Adara was born of my spy master. Who knows who helped bear that child, but whatever. Ooh, she's quick. She's a bastard, but she's quick. That's not bad. Now, it's worth knowing, by the way, if you want to, you can actually favorite these, like, you know, people that you may want to note later. So I can do this, toggle special interest. And what this will do, this will actually make it so that she's actually someone of special interest. It should pop up that you have, like, you know, this person of special interest right here, but whatever. It's not popping up for the moment. Ah, there we go. So now I got characters of special interest. There's basically someone I know special interest I'll look into later. I click on her and I'll know where she is at any given time. That's probably marriage quality, this person right here. She's quick. Good for a son to marry. Apparently my Marshal's no longer the guardian of this guy because he's become dead. Alright, follow the Avars. The Avar Cognate has been established in Europe in 567 after the Avars have migrated into the Carpathian Basin from the east. So I'll note this as event messages pop up very so often because this game is very historical. They crushed the Gepists and allied with the Lombards to form a strong realm in the area. For long periods they alternated between a conflict and truce with the Eastern Roman Empire and had close dealings with the Lombard kings. Now, however, this once proud realm has fallen. The area is no longer ruled by an Avar dynasty and shall once be known by its ancient name of Pannonia. And then, you know, gibberish. I think it's Latin gibberish. So it looks like this area got crushed. And apparently Croatia took it. So there's Pannonia, and apparently it got conquered by Croatia there. And apparently over here the Magyars got conquered by Volga, Bulgaria. So yeah, movements all happen over here in the steppes. Now, it's kind of bad that my marshal died, because this guy was actually being taught by him. Hopefully I have someone else who can educate you. And I don't. You teach him because you're also marshal. This guy might end up being a very bad son, because he's not going to have a good teaching now as a result of like losing his tutor like that. You'll be the new guy here. Train troops in my capital. So that's unfortunate. I'm up to 14 ships, that's pretty good. And we got the white horse or white polar bear. My little Darius always has her nose in the scriptures and spends all her time among the priests. Most unfortunate, my game crashed there. Alright, so I'll note that I was playing there for a little bit from this save, and then it crashed. We're going to have to jump into the auto saves at this point, and hopefully I didn't lose too much progress. This I'll save perhaps. This is stuff I know about Crusader Kings 2. My graphics driver or my video card doesn't like the game too much for some reason. So every so often it'll crash like that, and then that'll be it for play. And blah blah blah, stuff's happening, don't care. We'll nominate this guy to be the new, what you call it? Leader of Svijad. So we'll just fast forward a little bit while we get through these events. Hopefully I didn't lose too much progress there. Is this the bastard? Yeah. Oh, look at that. So this time the bastard who got born was not as good as last time. She's ill and she's a bastard, so luck of the draw. Unfortunate, but oh well. Follow the Avars, so that happened. Pano is right there. Croatia took it. Apparently you got seduced by someone. She's going to be cynical or bright, so we got to this event again. Cool. Let's go down slower speed again. So I'm going to go selection bright tiles. She get basically loses cynical, she'll gain 1 learning, and she'll become a zealot. Or I will not raise a zealot. I don't really care what she does, so let's be what she wants to be. My daughter can be a good daughter. And apparently I lost my steward. But good news, DFuxa is old enough to be a steward, so he can be my steward. Not exactly what I want to be, but whatever, he's now on my cancel. Slowly building up my armies and my fleets. Soon I will go raiding. Raiding! Probably just do a quick raid, I think. So yeah, this is part of the game where you just maybe have to sit in your hands a little bit more. But that's fine. It's the start of the game, like the very, very start of this game. It's not going to immediately do stuff. Alright, I've been at peace too long because, you know, I'm not raiding or doing any wars or anything. Pagans like to be at war. Sell my horse. Well, looks like a good time to start raiding, I guess. So let's raise all my armies. We're going to set all these guys to basically start raiding. So here's what we're going to do. Here's what you basically have to do to make these guys loot. So you have to basically hit these icons here. And we're just going to move them right there. We'll raise up my armies here. My ship armies. I have 19 ships. Where are they all? Okay, there's all of them. Basically, it's all going to meet up in my capital. That's fine. All my troops will meet up in my capital. Cool. Alright, so basically with raiding, Vikings can basically raid, you know, other nations for goods and loots and all that, and women. We're going to do a little bit of that right now. Now, something I know is that you can't raid people that aren't your, like, you know, religion, so I can't raid any of the Germanic nations. So I have to go to, like, a Christian nation. And here's where it's good maybe to look around and see who's at war, who's weak, and all that. Who might be able to defend themselves, who might not be able to defend themselves. Basically, guys at war are like your best guys to fight because they're going to be busy. So this guy's being raided pretty hard right now, so... Let's go down here. Basically, this guy's being raided by, like, you know, ships and everything else all around him. Let's join into the fun because he won't be able to defend himself when he's being raided by everyone and everything. And apparently my courtier fancies me. I can gain piety right here. I can try and gain a child. So I think we're just going to say it's not appropriate. You spend weeks in a row searching for a trace, blah, blah. I'm too proud for my own good. She's apparently going to be temperate. That's fine. She can be temperate if she wants to be. Sure, I'll gain prestige. Alright, my ships are going to basically settle down here, and then we'll start doing a little bit of raiding. So, how raiding basically works, once your guys are taught as looters, you can send them over to, like, you know, a county that's, like, you know, next to your ships, and you can start raiding them. Or you can, like, do, like, you know, counties that are next to your ships. Or next to your, like, counties that you can raid. So, I'm just going to raid this guy. It should be pretty easy to raid him up. I have plenty of troops here. I have lots of troops. Now, it's worth knowing, if you don't have more troops than, like, the land you're trying to siege, basically, you'll only be able to, like, a certain amount of loot. Basically, down to this line right here. Because I have more troops than, like, this guy's, like, you know, defenders, though, I can actually siege the castle as well. And we'll actually get more bonus loot as a result. So, we're just going to do that. Prove. Essentially, I'm just going to wait around, siege the entire castle, the church, the city, and all that. Get some loots. And it's possibly going to get me the Viking trait. There's actually a Viking trait in this game when you actually successfully raid a castle. And I apparently now got absolute tribal organization law. Cool, why not? So primarily with Vikings, the way to get money is by raiding other people, so I'm basically just going to raid this guy, get a whole lot of money as a result. Earn riches and women. By the way, it's worth knowing that I can't raid Syria over here. Oh, well, you know, this guy still became a brilliant strategist. That's cool. I'm okay with that. So here's my other son. He's now a brilliant strategist. So I'll note that at this point, I'm actually fighting like the Western Europe guys. over here in like Norse land, I'm basically fighting a whole bunch of like tribal people with like tribal villages. Now we're fighting the actual castles and towns and stuff. And these are a lot more well defended, they take much longer to siege down. Additionally though, they have lots of loot, so we can get money as a result of like, you know, sieging these guys down. If I check here, you can actually see how much loot you're actually carrying. So right now I've got 16.20 money of 210 maximum I can basically carry. Like the actual money right here, you actually carry around. And boom. We got a little bit of extra money as a result of sieging them. And we'll start sieging down the church next. Now we'll basically keep sieging this guy down to smithereens. As you can see, it's building up slowly. That's because you basically have this long bar to basically make money from. Churches and cities, by the way, they siege a lot faster than castles. And as you can see, once you actually loot a castle, it looks like this. It's burnt the smithereens. It's been looted. Now, note, by the way, that if you get really strong as a Viking, you can, like, you know, siege down castles. If I was a lot weaker, I wouldn't be able to do this very well. And apparently my marshal finally died, so we already knew that was going to happen. Oh yeah, that's right. Basically, he died before I crashed, and this time I guess he didn't, so cool. You can be my next marshal. I realize that, you know, it's not completely coherent. My run has resolved this, but whatever. So we lose more from the church there. Churches and towns will have a lot more money too, by the way. So we'll get a lot more money as a result of raiding the towns and like the churches than the castle there. Basically, the goodies come out after the castle. Most of the time. I think I might go up here to Essex next. Middlesex. Alright, so basically this is completely on fire. Completely ransacked. I'm just going to run up here Middlesex. Good old London. There's the city of London right there. Bishop of St. Paul's. Barony of Tottenham. Westminster. I'm sure everyone knows what those names are. It's worth knowing, by the way, I actually started raiding this guy before he filled up his loot level all the way. But it doesn't really matter because I'm so much stronger than him, I'm just going to go through the rest of his castle and get the rest of the loot. So I'm actually hitting a target that didn't have full loot, but it's full enough for me that, you know, I really don't care. Apparently this guy's getting raided by lots of troops too. Cool. Sell my horse. Apparently someone founded a faction for Stein for Civilized God. So basically this is a certain type of faction where you basically fight to try and put someone else in power. So I want to basically put this guy, this Chief of Kemi, into power. Interesting idea. Don't really care. Who thinks the bear will escape me this time? Cool! I like troops. Blah blah. Scouting the countryside for your prey, you come across a lone rider. As you strike a conversation, it turns out he's all hunting the same animal, blah blah. Please join my court, or I can turn him around. Let's make him join my court. So, to Drummond. And cool, we got money from all that. Alright, so to Drummond. This guy joins me in court. He looks pretty decent. Got a nice little bit of spying there. Oh, okay, so apparently I got a bunch of zealots again. Again, I don't need them, so I'll have to spam them. Notice, by the way, that I got more now. Because I have more land, I get more zealots. Disband them. And yes, we're going to raid London now. My subjective opinions have always given me more praise and criticism. Who knew being arbitrary could be good? Sometimes it is good. My falconer is expecting me to be a new hunting boar as he arrived and waits my inspection. So I can piss off my Goji here. My Gijia. Basically the person who's, you know, manning the temple. We're gonna skip prestige. We'll just skip prestige, I think. I'm actually not kicking the bucket. It's kind of interesting. I'm gonna live up to 60. My chances, however, are dying left and right. Gentlemen, you're gonna be this person now. And just go, keep going after right there. Oh right, I have to unpause the game. Alright, a bit more loot. Now, I'll note that I'm almost up to my limit here. Once I basically get up to my limit, that's when I want to basically go back and return for, you know, returning all my loot. Get a nice little bit of, you know, booty, shall we say, for all my work. Slowly but surely, I'm gonna get nice and powerful from money, from raiding. By the way, all this, like, you know, dark clouds and stuff, this is all sickness, by the way. So, like, places are suffering from typhoid fever over here, apparently. Because, you know, see, it's the Dark Ages. Disease is rampant. Alright, we're up to maximum money. It's time to flee back to my ships and just return the loots. So I usually do this quite a bit in the early game once you have, you know, the ability to do so. Basically, you have lots of ships. You send them back for money. I'm not sure it matters where you jump off in territory, so I can go maybe here. Alright, no, I have to go down to one of my territories I own, so... Go to Rogaland. Apparently my daughter... Oh, what happened here? So apparently this guy died in the course of someone. And my daughter can be married off to someone again. Let's see here. Who is this guy? Eh, why not? I don't mind that. Marry this guy. Dump. Old woman gets married off to a younger guy. That's how alliances get formed in this game. And this should get me monies. Alright, so a fleet full of loot has been returned from raiding. Anders, the hunter, gains 210 gold and 210 prestige. So basically, lots of gold and lots of prestige from raiding. And I think we're going to keep doing that. Eventually. I think for now we're just going to disband these troops. And the fleets. And basically what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to wait for my ships to keep building up. Because if you have like 42, like, you know, ships, then you can bring home 420 gold instead of like 210, like what I did right there. So we'll do that instead. And then that'll be the end of this episode, I think. So a little bit of like early raiding. Gain some prestige. Blah blah. It's gonna be eliminated. I'll deal with them myself. Also, I'll probably note something, by the way. Because I disbanded all my troops there, and I had more than like the limit I could have, 2051, I actually lost some of my troops from like disbanding there. But whatever, it's worth this because of the reason that it gives me time to basically build more troops. Because these guys are expensive to keep out. It costs money to keep your troops out. So it's better to try and just wait it out and get more ships at this point. More ships is good. And apparently my truces are expiring with this guy. So basically, in this game, there's like truces, and basically you can't, you know, go to war with people after you basically go to war with them for a little, you know. You basically can't go to war with people that you just recently were at war with. You can, but it gives you big penalties. And once this like goes away, this truce, I can actually raid this guy without penalty again. But whatever, we're probably not going to go after this guy. And you need to have a tutor, so get on over, son. Right, my daughter. And my rival. You need to have a... You bastard. Well, whatever. And yeah, he's a bastard, by the way. Someone has to teach him. He's not in my dynasty, but whatever. That's fine. He doesn't have to be of my dynasty. I'll teach him, why not? I'll keep taking prestige from those events. If I actually was having relations problems with my you know, my court or other people, I might like say like, you know, hey, let me go free. I'll be merciful. But because of the fact that I'm pretty well liked in my court right now, there's really no reason to try and like earn favors with people. Everyone likes me. Literally everyone likes me. And my daughter has been turned into a mastermind theologian. Cool. Who can I marry you off to? So get High Chief of Mordava. Lots of people I can marry off to. Prince of Saxony. Sure, why not? We'll marry my kid off to you. So she'll get a bunch of prestige for doing this. And I'll get hopefully a nice little alliance with this guy. So he's basically the king of Saxony down here. That should net me an alliance with him. And I've been at peace too long. I guess it's a good stopping point for now. We'll catch the white bear and then previously scouring this countryside, you come across a small cottage in the wilds. As you knock, a beautiful young woman opens. She pauses and gives you a warm, inviting look and says, "It's very lonely out here. I wonder if you will stay a night." Alright, so here's an event where I can pick up a trait. I could be lustful. And I can get diplomacy and general opinion. Or I could try and be chaste. I really shouldn't. This is probably a good example where it's okay if I say I shouldn't. I won't mind getting diplomacy and the general opinion, but I'm not sure I want to get lustful. So we're just going to say I probably shouldn't. And I got chaste apparently, but oh well. That's fine. You return to your court. The hunt for elusive white beasts seems fruitless, but there are many more things out there in the wilds. Maybe next time you will catch your prey. Chaste is pretty much going to hurt my ability to have more kids, but I'm already old enough and I have a bunch of kids. I don't really need more, so chaste is fine. It basically means I get more church opinion, more piety, more score. And you want to be replacing my, sure, why not? You can be my court chaplain. So that's done. Build zeal, get me more piety, more score. So note, by the way, that my prestige is not going to go up very far because of the fact I'm at peace now. But that's fine. I'm trying to build ships here, so it's worth it. But for now, I think that's a good stopping point for now. I'll see you guys next time. I'll probably do some more Viking raids once I get the 42 ships. And maybe I'll do some other stuff after that.